Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ricky with Techwood Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having an amazing day. I'm going to start sharing my screen so you guys can see exactly what it is that I am looking at. I'm using the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. Right now, you guys just pushed up. I only have 200 shares. I'm actually going to sell my position right now. So what I'm going to do here is, because right now it's still pre-market hours, it's 7 a.m. Market opens in 30 minutes. So what that means is only people with certain accounts have access to trade during extended hours, which means pre-market and after-market hours and stuff like that. So right now I'm going to go ahead and put my limit order. As you saw, I had to change this to limit and EXT. Right here, I'm going to change it. There we go. So boom, I'm just going to send it there. Sold 67. Wow, that's actually not what I expected. $84 on ticker symbol UGAS altogether on the day. $996.20. One of the things that we need to make sure that we understand is that ticker symbol UGAS is a descending pattern right now. So what that means is DGAS is the one that's pushing up during pre-market hours. So this is why I'm going to go back in, and I'm just going to go in with the, what is it? Yeah, 200 shares. Let's get this. Where are we at? So no. So I'm going to put this at 82. Again, I have to change this to EXT to be able to buy during pre-market hours. Now I'm going to move my little toggle right here just so I can get filled. And I got filled at 82.99. So that was right between the ask and the bid. And then we're going to wait for confirmation before I decide to add more to my overall position size. One thing that I do want to talk about is, first of all, before I get into all the technicals when it comes down to trading, one of the things that I want to make sure that you guys all understand is that natural gas has been selling off. It's been showing signs of a descending pattern. The more natural gas sells off, the more degas pushes up. And right now, UGAS is still showing signs of a uptrend within the past couple of minutes. But again, overall direction for the day is a descending pattern. You can tell that by it trading between the middle and bottom VWAP. That's that purple line and this yellow line here. And the SMA line is still pointing down. Also, I want to make sure that I could say what's up to all of you that are tuning in to our live trading session. I know this is not something that everybody gets to experience on a day-to-day basis. Just wanted to say what's up. Hope you guys are all having a great start to your morning. I'm really excited to be trading live with you guys for the next 45 minutes to an hour. And I'm going to be asking you, so I actually wanted to ask you guys, like, how many of you, is this the first time that you are watching me trade live? How many of you guys have seen me before? How many of you are watching me for the first time? What is it? What's going on, Junie? What's up? What's up? How many of you guys came from YouTube? How many of you guys came from Instagram? There we go. First time. Wow, there's a good amount of you that it's your first time. Nice. Okay. YouTube, Instagram. I like it. Wow. That's super freaking crazy. Okay, so I'm going to tell you kind of how we do things here. So right now I should be up. Actually, no, I'm still down. So natural gas is still selling off. It got rejected around that general area. I'm going to set my alert right here. But the way that things work normally is I host one of these live streams. They're unlisted. They're private, only for the Learn Plan Profit group. You guys know that that's the private group that I work with every single day. They literally, Monday through Friday, if the market's open, they get to see me trade live every single day. So you guys are going to get a taste of what they experience every single day. And one of the things that we cover is not only do I trade live, but I also want to make sure that any questions that you might have, towards the end of this video or this live stream, I'm going to have a Q&A section where I just answer open-ended questions. I think it's very important, like as someone is going, let's say like through the Learn Plan Profit course and they're learning how to trade, the market is always changing. So regardless how perfect a course might be, you might always have questions as you're going along the way. And that's why I find it so effective that as you're completing the course, that you have the ability to ask me questions on a day-to-day basis. Not only that, but you get access to our private group chat where you can direct message me every single day. But I think that we could both agree that it's much more convenient to be able to just ask me questions in real time and for me to be able to respond in a video format with showing you, my screen as well. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. So also, for those at the very end of the video, I just wanted to remind you guys, for those that see value in the live trading session and that maybe want to be a part of it, and maybe we're looking for a huge discount, I do want to let you know that if you guys refresh your screen, so you guys can click refresh, there is going to be a link that's going to pop up. It's going to be $75 off the Learn, Plan, Profit lesson library. It's for the first 20 people. So be sure to like stay tuned to the very end of the video and kind of watch and experience what, you can experience every day. And, if that's something that you see value in, then 100%, I'd love to be a part of, your success. If not, 100%, I'm just super happy to have you as a part of the free trading. So let's go ahead and go here. Boom. All right. Let's see. Here we go. So right now so let's go ahead and get right into the trading, right? So market opens in about 24 minutes. I've been trading all pre-market hours. So with the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform, I have the ability to trade as early as 5 in the morning. That's 2.5 hours until the market opens and stuff like that. So also for those that are asking these specific questions of like, is the Learn, Plan, Profit course an annual fee or anything like that, or a monthly fee? No, one-time fee. You have lifetime access to all the updates, live trading, group chat. It's all inclusive. There's no like loopholes or private memberships or anything like that. It's a one-time fee, lifetime access, super simple. Again, it's just straight to the point. And again, I don't think anybody else offers live trading every single day and engages with their group like we do. But again, regardless of how much I engage with it, I want to make sure that if you guys find my trading style effective, then that's what's important. Regardless of how of a good deal it is. If you don't like resonate well with my trading style, then what's the point, right? So I just want to make sure that we stay true to that. As of right now, we're still right around $970 profit on the day. I'm waiting for confirmation for natural gas to break below this EMA line for me to add more to my position on ticker symbol DGAS. And again, DGAS during pre-market hours, as you guys could see, yesterday it closed. Wow, DGAS got really rejected around this general area. So huge sell-off. So that means that DGAS and natural gas had a really nice pop up. There we go. Nice little push up on ticker symbol UGAS and /NG. So congrats to all those that are still in it. There we go. I love your style. Sweet. Super happy to hear that. Just signed up for LPP. What's going on, Seth? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the team. All right, so again, I'm just going to be waiting for confirmation. If the overall direction does end up changing, I'll have to cut losses. And again, my position size isn't huge on ticker symbol DS, so we're fine on that. But I just want to make sure that we get, I add more to my position size when it confirms an uptrend. One of the things that I think a lot of like beginner traders make a mistake on is maybe their entry point isn't the best, but then, so one of the things that I do is when something is uptrending, like ticker symbol DGAS, right? I don't like go all in as soon as I buy. So let's say my account size is $25,000. I don't buy $25,000 worth of DGAS at one purchase price. One of the things that I do is, again, sometimes I like to get in before it confirms the overall reversal. There's a form of risk involved when I do that. But the reason that I do that is because I want to get some skin in the game. I take a small position size, and then when it confirms, and if it confirms, so let me give you an example. When DGAS was pushing up, great, sold the position, it sells off, consolidates, great. When it begins to consolidate and no longer begins to sell off, I'll add like 1 or 200 shares. When it confirms a break above the EMA line and then starts showing signs of an uptrend, I'll add more to my position size, and the reason why is, again, like, what's the point of us investing in the stock market? It's to grow our accounts. And if something is showing signs of growth, I want to take part of that. But the very common mistake that a lot of people make, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you've ever done this, let's say for ticker symbol DGAS, let's say someone's stuck on DGAS, and if something is selling off, they'll add more to their position size to bring their average purchase price down, but the overall direction of what they're investing in is down. So does that make sense to invest in something that's showing signs of a descending pattern? Not really, right? So if something's losing you money, why would you invest more money into it? It doesn't actually make any sense. So the reason and the approach that I go with this is I simply wait for the overall confirmation, and then I'll add more to my position size. If the overall pattern breaks, then because my initial position size was small, then I can cut losses, and it's a fraction of what it would have been if I took an overall position size. So, that's simple. So now it's kind of just a waiting game. So /NG. Still doing a really good job trying to show signs of an uptrend based off recent patterns. There it goes. It's still trying to push up. So unfortunately, you can't use that strategy with the PDT rule. Yeah, you can. You're adding more to your position size and then you sell all at once. That's still only considered one day trade. If you buy, and then sell once, that's still one day trade. And you're more than welcome to reach out to your brokerage to confirm that and have a better understanding of that. So, but yeah. It's a commission that you pay. Yeah. So one of the things also that like we cover in like the Learn Plan Profit course, and we've covered it on YouTube as well, is how to reach out to your brokerage to negotiate your commission. If you guys see, like every time that I try to buy something, so on ticker symbol DGAS, let's say that I want to add more to my position size, you can see that my commission is only $3. The average commission for TD Ameritrade is $6.95. So again, as you trade more and you become more active, you become more valued to your overall brokerage. And essentially, you can negotiate how much it is that you pay per commission. And you could even get a couple free trades a month, or altogether when you initially start your account, depending on how much you fund it, you could actually get, like 500 free trades, which is something that could be very useful. But yeah, I don't know if that's something that you guys were all aware of, but I think it's something very important to know. Can anyone trade as early as you, as long as they have TOS? Yeah, as long as you have the extended hours. Like, there's no special privilege that I have to trade during pre-market hours. Once you set up your TD Ameritrade account, you just you can call a TD Ameritrade rep, and they'll have you sign the extended hours like disclosure agreement or something like that, and then you sign that. It's like all electronic. And you agree to the terms and conditions. It just agrees that the volatility is a little bit different during pre-market and after-market hours, which is considered extended hours. And then after that, you can trade as early as, for me, it's 2.5 hours before the market opens. So the market opens at 7:30 a.m. here. So I can trade as early as 5 o'clock in the morning. And the market officially closes here at around 2 p.m., right? But I could actually submit my final trade. So the market will, extended hours or aftermarket hours will officially close for me at around 6 p.m. So it gives me an extra 4 hours and stuff like that. So it's very useful, especially if you still want, if something is showing signs of an uptrend and you want to take part of it, this is a lot of margin that it covered. So as early as 5 o'clock, being able to capitalize on all this, 6% margin, that's huge. That's like a week's worth of profit, and it's all happening during pre-market hours. So I think it's very useful. Again, there's a lot of brokerages that you have the ability to work with. So I think that's something very important to know. I'm traveling on the bus, and I was wondering if you could increase the volume. There's nothing that I can do on my side. I'll try to speak a little bit closer to the microphone. But yeah, if you want to turn the volume up a little bit, then I think that could be useful. There we go. When is the LPP IPO coming out? No. Here we go, /NG. Do you guys see how it's following this downward pattern? How it has this, so again, there's 3 things that I like to focus on: direction, understanding the pattern, and understanding that I'm getting a good deal. Natural gas, so first thing, direction. This thing is showing signs of a downward pattern. How do I know this? Because it continues to make lower lows, and what that means is every time that it sells off, it goes lower and lower and lower and lower. It's like bleeding, right? It's not really an attractive pattern. Also, it's making lower highs, meaning that every time that it goes up, it doesn't go normally as high as it did before because it continues to make these lower lows. The reason that this is so important is as natural gas, the future, sells off, the inverse ETF, DGAS, then pushes up. So if I focus on the one that's showing signs of an uptrend, I have an edge that my overall entry point doesn't have to be the best. I just have to focus on making sure that I don't get into early and that I lock in profits as well. The second thing is, do I understand the pattern? Well, the pattern on this one right now, especially on DGAS, it's trading in between the middle and top view up. We could see the low points, the high points, the low points, the high points, the low points, the high points. Kind of like textbook. It's like as easy as it could get. Very easy indicators to set up. I have it in the LPP Live course, right? And how is it that I use it to day trade? Now, I've identified the low points, I've identified the high points, I've identified the direction, I've identified a pattern. Now I have to identify if the margin of profit is worth it. So yes, it hit highs of $84.50, but it did a lot of consolidation at $84. You're gonna, if you end up being a part of Learn Plan Profit, you're gonna see that I tend to be a little bit more conservative than others. Again, I lock in profits very early. To give you an example, when I sold my position here, I think I sold it at like might have been like 83.50 or something like that. I ended up pushing up all the way up to, no, it was like 82.50. Ended up pushing up all the way to 84.50. Again, it was based off previous patterns that I ended up selling at that specific price point. And some of you guys might be asking, like, well, you know, why did you sell at that specific price point? One of the things that you're going to experience, especially if you're part of Learn Plan Profit, is that I try to focus on making sure that there's a reason for everything that is that I do. So for my entry points and for my exit points, based off the previous resistance here at around like, you know, the 82.60 area, it made sense on why I should lock in profits based on previous patterns. I did not know that it was going to push up exponentially. So I could only take action based off my understanding of what it is that I'm trading. And I think that's what really sets people apart. For those that try to copy or hope for the best, you know, where are you ever going to buy or where are you ever going to sell? There's no plan there. But if I understand that, look, it did a lot of consolidation around $84. If I get in at an average purchase price of 83, right, and then sell at 84, the margin isn't huge, but that's 1.26% that I know that it most likely can fulfill. I just have to be patient and wait for the reversal. Now, I understand my entry point, I understand my exit point, and I just need to make sure that I stay true to that. One of the biggest mistakes, again, that I see a lot of newer traders make is that they get in and they don't know where they're going to sell, and it continues to push up, push up, push up. And there's obvious indicators as like the RSI and the MACD showing that it's overextended, but yet they don't take action. Again, it's very important to have a plan when it comes down to trading, and you should never take a position if you don't understand your entry or your exit point. And I think that's very safe to say, right? If you don't know where you're going to buy, where you're going to sell, and where you're going to catch your losses, then why are you even taking that position? You're not managing that form of risk and that overall opportunity cost. Like, why is this so attractive? When it comes down to like buying a property or when it comes down to buying a car, in effort to like make a profit off of it, right? You break it down, you identify what you're buying it for, what you could sell it for, and your margin of profit and the risk involved. Same thing when it comes down to trading. So there we go. I would say Thinkorswim is much more in real time. Let's see. Do you trade pre-market hours almost every single day and see potential profit? No, it's only when I see that's the biggest thing. So we just broke above the EMA line. I'm gonna wait for a pullback confirmation and see if we could actually get one. So right now on natural gas, we should start seeing signs of a downward pattern. And again, one of the biggest things is just patience. So this is not showing signs of a downward pattern. Let me ask you guys, what is signs of a downward pattern? And I'll get back to your question. So to answer your question, I'll only trade during pre-market or after-market hours, or even within normal hours when the opportunity presents itself, when it's valid as a good deal. So that's I hope that answers your question. But when it comes down to adding more to my position size, one of the biggest mistakes that I see a lot of people make is that they start adding to their position right away as either it breaks above the EMA line or because like natural gas broke below the EMA line, I'll add more to my position right away. What is it that would make sense for me to wait for? So what what confirmation would make sense for me to be like, okay, I'm okay with adding more to my position size. So right now we're showing signs of it making higher highs. Natural gas is now selling off. So I have this on my second screen right on over here, and I could see natural gas selling off, and it's not just one candle. Exactly. It's the pattern to continue. Exactly. So right now it pushed up and it pulled back. That's exactly what I want to see. And then I want to see it push up again to validate the EMA line as a support. So many people are so quick to call a reversal. They end up getting in and then it ends up just continuing to sell off. There's nothing wrong. We talked about this before where when you're about to add more to your position size, to give it some time for it to truly identify its direction. You have nothing but time. So once you feel comfortable, then maybe add more to your position size. So right now I'm going to go ahead and add, Here we go. Just going to add 100 shares. And I'll add that at an average purchase price of 5. And again, we're still during pre-market hours, so I have to put EXT. See if I get filled. So now there's more people adding up. You could see the ask and the bid. There we go. I got filled. Here we go, natural gas. So let's go back to natural gas real quick. Natural gas, as you can see, it's showing signs of this peak formation. We should start seeing signs of this thing selling off. I'm going to set a couple of alerts right here. And then I'm going to set another alert as we approach this kind of like support based off of the last time. So again, I like to identify based, do you see these ranges on how it sells off? There we go. Natural gas is selling off. I like it. And then when it breaks below this, if it ends up breaking below this, I don't know if it will. I don't want to hope on that. And again, the overall pattern and direction can change as soon as the market opens due to the volatility, right? So I'm going to close this out as well. I should be up a little bit over $1,000. Yeah, 1,017, so not bad. I'm going to close this out. One of the things that I don't like to focus on is like how much I'm up or how much I'm down. How many of you guys have ever chased a dollar value? Do you guys get what I mean by that? Like when you're in a position and then you end up just wanting to make $100, but it's at like $98 and you don't sell because it's not at the $100 mark. That's a very common mistake that a lot of newer traders make. And again, I've been there 100%. So don't think that like that's, oh, wow, I'm part of the 90%. No, it's understanding what you're doing wrong and what you can improve. It's refining your trading best practices. And one of the things that I like to do is I think when you're looking at the dollar value, there's a big part of like emotions attached to it. So like if you're looking at the monetary aspect of trading, you're then now valuing and your entries and your exits based on how much money you can make or lose. And that has nothing to do with what you're trading. You're completely irrelevant to the pattern of what you're trading. So with that understanding, like why then trade off of how much money you're up or you're down? It's irrelevant. That's why you should always have a plan and focus on the pattern, as that is the most relevant part when it comes down to trading. So I'm going to put my limit order around $84. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to do 100% of my position. I'm going to go to limit, right? And then I'm going to go to just 84. I'm going to put EXT and send it. And then the really cool thing about this is through, the TOS platform, I can just drag and drop. If I want to lock in profits right now, I can. I'm going to put my actual limit order right around $83.96, literally right before the $84 price point, as that could be a resistance. And yeah, so here we go, /NG. It's kind of consolidating. This is kind of one of the things that I also have to watch very closely. If this begins to consolidate for quite some time, it can build a support, the MACD can reverse, and then this thing can try to continue to uptrend. I don't want to really take part of that, so if I see it consolidate too much before it continues to sell off, then I'll probably just lock in profits or cut losses and then choose to get back in at a later time. So I also did see a question of people asking like, Ricky, do you trade with margin or do you use leverage? So I do have a margin trading account, which means that like, I have like the $30,000 in there, and normally with a traditional stock, TD Ameritrade will then give me margin, which is like borrowed money, and they will allow me to trade, especially when it comes down to stocks, maybe like with twice as much as my account value. So maybe I'll be able to trade with like $30,000 and stuff like that. I only trade with the money that I have in my account. One of my biggest things is like, I don't understand. And again, I hope this does not rub any of you guys off the wrong way. I don't understand why people trade with money that they don't have, especially as they're just getting started. There's a lot of mistakes that you can make. You're still learning how to trade. Why lose money you don't even have when there's already such a like 90% of people fail in the market? So what is it that you're going to do to not become part of that 90%? A huge part of trading is the emotional aspect when it comes down to money. And if you're trading with money that's not even yours and it's more money than you have in your account, then it even adds more to that emotional roller coaster. So same thing with like, using a credit card and borrowing money that you don't have. It could really put you in some trouble. So again, it's these little simple like best practices that I think that could really, guide people in the right direction. There are very simple things that you need to do. Don't trade with money that you don't have. Make sure that you always have a max dollar loss every single time that you trade. Make sure that you always have a plan when trading. Make sure that there's a reason for everything it is that you do. Very simple things, but it's the very simple things in life that I think a lot of people struggle with. So natural gas as of right now had a really nice push up with just this last minute candle. And it broke above the EMA line. We'll see if the pattern continues. Stuff like that. So, hey, what's going on, Luis? What's up? What's up? I do. This is natural gas. I'm not trading natural gas. So I'm trading D-gas. So that's my drag and drop right there. All right, guys, market's about to open in 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Can I copy your strategy? No. So I also do want to remind you that there's a lot of people that are probably going to be, that are tuning in right now and that are also trying to like, maybe are interested in the Learn Plan Profit Lesson Library, right? We have like the coupon code down in the description for all those that refresh your screen. It's $75 off. It's for the first 20 people, but I do want to remind you that if your sole intention is to join Learn Plan Profit, to copy and mimic my trades, then please do not join. I can't stress that enough. I'm not gonna, I trade live for about 45 minutes to maybe an hour every single day. But some of my trades don't only take part within that time frame. And sometimes I buy something, but I don't sell it within the live stream because I'm still holding it. And there's, again, just the general concept of, if you're really wanting to be spoon-fed and be told what to do, our group is not for you. I'm not going to tell you where to buy. I'm not going to tell you where to sell. If you're someone that's really willing to put forth the effort and work with me, and we can conversate and try to actually understand and find your trading strategy, then that's something that I'd be willing to do. Not when it comes down to mimicking my trades and stuff like that. So people are saying oh, Ricky, can I copy your trades and stuff like that? First of all, there's a 3-second delay, and sometimes those 3 seconds do make a difference. On top of that, that's not why we're here. And third of all, it's not a long-term and sustainable best practice for yourself. Again, let's say I'm not here 1 month down the road, and you were, instead of mimicking my trades, you could have actually learned your own and developed your own trading strategy. So again, just don't be so caught up in the idea of wanting to copy other people, because again, we're all wired in different ways. So let's make sure that we remind ourselves that. All right. So how do you research which ticker are inverse of one another? You can Google it, and there's also a series of websites that show a series of inverse ETFs. Let's see. MidX, what's up? Is this live? Of course. No, it's pre-recorded, but I could still see. I knew what you were going to say. What's up, John? What's up? What's going on, Luke? Yeah, so for all those that are asking, is LPP a subscription? No, it's a one-time fee. There's no annual fee, nothing like that, no hidden fees, no monthly fees. You pay once and then you get lifetime access. And again, it's $75 off for the first 20 people. Here we go. 1 second. Market just opened. Boom. Let's see where we go. Nice little, just like we talked about, it sold off. It really consolidated very well. And then the MACD right? Reversed back up. The RSI reversed back up. So it tried to find a support, showing signs of an uptrend. Again, it's done this before where, check this out, sold off, sold off, sold off, pushes up, sells off, consolidates, pushes up, and then aggressively sells off, right? And it's done this a couple times where it doesn't sell off initially, but then it ends up catching and ends up selling off. So I'm just going to wait out on that. All right. So we have about 15 more minutes within the live stream. There we go. It looks like natural gas just broke above the SMA line, which is something that it has not done before. If I'm not mistaken, it's done a lot of consolidation. Again, the overall direction can change as soon as the market opens. So it looks like D-gas is now selling off. U-gas is now pushing up. See what we're down, 2% mark. Still above the SMA line. Let's watch it closely. Now, one of the things that you could see is that the RSI is now identifying natural gas to become a little bit more on the overextended side, and the MACD is overextended as well. What's going on, Jay Batch? I hope it ended up working out for you. I hope you're enjoying it. Here we go. Now we're starting to struggle to continue to push up on natural gas. Give me one quick second. I just have to blow my nose. Again, I'm a little bit under the weather. So I just have to step out to the side just so I don't gross you guys out. All right. Still pushing up. What's up? Need some WD-40 for that door, I know. After 2 months of watching your YouTube videos, I just bought LPP. What's up? What's up? What's going on, Michael? There we go. Strong push on natural gas. No pullback just yet. So again, it hasn't even corrected itself back down to the EMA line. So look at the RSI. Look at the MACD. What's going on, Chris? What's up? What's up? Why aren't you a fan of options? It's not that I'm not a fan. It's that I just don't trade it. Again, it's like, why overcomplicate it? I do well with trading and stocks. There's no reason for me to trade options. What do you think about cannabis stocks? I think that they get manipulated very easily and very often. I think those are like the new kind of markets for like penny stock pump and dumps and stuff like that. There's a lot of like false news and stuff like that, and it's just not something that I want to take part of. Really strong push up. I'm going to double check because it was right around, 7:30 where the direction overall changed, to see if any news was released. A lot of volatility. Let's see it. Let's see it. Where do you get news for stocks? Well, it depends. There's a series of websites that you can utilize for different kinds of news. For natural gas, we have a specific one that shares like the natural gas report and stuff like that. And also I use like the TOS platform, and just under the news section, I just try to stay up to date with that. They do a pretty nice job doing keeping me up to date with any important news about natural gas. We want more car videos. Sounds good. Here we go. MACD looking, RSI looking like it's a little bit on the overextended side. MACD now pulling back. Try this. Now that this is showing signs of a pullback, see what we have going on here. Nice little push up. I wouldn't say it's a reversal just yet. I would like to even just wait a little bit more for confirmation. Thank you, Sam, for the update. No, there's no website that includes every single stock and ETF and inverse ETF and stuff like that. That's why you have to do some digging. Yep. What's going on, Christian? What's up? So natural gas. Here we go. Pulling back a little. All right, here we go. So as I wait for natural gas to pull back a little bit, I want to like dedicate some time to like answer your questions. Just because our live stream is coming kind of to an end. So let me know if you have any open-ended questions. Again, make sure that it's either about trading in the stock market, not any other market. Okay, so I just want to make sure that we stay focused to what we have, what we're doing. So what position size do you recommend taking? I have $1,000 in my account. I think you have to find a nice balance of, especially as you're just getting started, I would find a nice balance of what's enough money to feel like you have some skin in the game, but not so much that you feel discouraged if you were to, lose a certain like 5 or 10% of it. And that's some middle ground that you have to identify yourself. Any reason that you're trading commodities and not large to mid-cap stocks? As of right now, just the overall market and the way that it's performing. I see a lot more consistency on natural gas and the series of commodities that I've been trading, and not so much the overall market in general. And that's just preference, and that will change as we move into like spring. I probably won't be trading natural gas as it'll begin to like die down and slow down and stuff like that. So is there a certain way to set defaults for your OCO brackets? Yeah. I mean, it's under what's it called, application settings, and you can call TD Ameritrade to help you set that up as well. Let's see, I'm trying to read these. Holy moly, these are coming in too quick. That is correct. So if natural gas sells off, then degas pushes up. So if I get the confirmation that natural gas sells off and then it begins to sell off, then I can add more to my position size on degas and stuff like that. So how does a limit order work? So that is something that you can watch in one of my videos on YouTube. So limit orders are just purchase prices. Either if you're a limit buy or limit sell, you control where you buy and where you sell. So instead of like when I click, like, let's say if I wanted to sell a position, I can click edit and sell one share, right? And instead of it being market order and selling anything between the ask and the bid, I click limit order and I decide on what, I sell or buy the stock for. And again, that is easily explained in the course and in any video on YouTube. So again, let's make sure that the questions that are being asked are questions that are not already like found on YouTube. Like some open-ended questions, not, if that's okay. I think the biggest thing, it's not that you need to save your trades, it's that you need to become selective with what you choose to invest your hard-earned money in. And I think that's a struggle because you're still learning how to identify good patterns, and that's something that you have to understand. So if you're still struggling to identify good patterns or what's something good to invest in, then you probably should not be investing with a large dollar amount or with real money whatsoever. The biggest thing is like feeling comfortable with what it is that you're doing. A great example that I can give you is just put yourself in this situation, 5-10 years down the road. If you continue to do this every single day or from time to time to learn more about the market, learn more about refining like your day trading best practices, or just invest in the stock market best practices, right? The dollar amount that you're trading with right now is not what it can be 5 or 10 years down the road. I think that makes sense for anybody, right? So as time goes on and you're investing in a market or in a business, if you see value in that business and as you learn more about it, you will feel more comfortable, right, about it. You'll feel more comfortable about what it is that you're doing, and you'll feel more comfortable to invest more money into it. Same thing when it comes down to trading. The more comfortable that you become with it, and the more that you refine your trading strategy and best practices, all together, like 5 or 10 years down the road, if you're trading with $1,000 right now, and if you continue this and just learning, if you focus like all of 2019 simply to learn, then guess what? In 2020, when you really refined your trading strategy or you started trading with a smaller dollar amount, because you dedicated so much time to not necessarily trade, but to learn, you could have been saving money on the back end, and instead of having $1,000, maybe you'll have 10,000, maybe you'll have 20,000, whatever it is that you occur and save. And then 5 or 10 years down the road, maybe you'll have $50,000 or $100,000. And just think about that 1 or 2% a day and what that correlates on over to. That's the goal, right? The goal is to make sure that you understand the position that you are in right now and you're learning. And I think this is the biggest thing for a lot of like newer people to like overcome is, as someone is getting started, because the stock market is so accessible, they think that they're going to make money right away. And they're not empowered to learn. And one of the approaches that I have within TechBit Solutions and Learn Plan Profit is to empower people to like follow their passion, and especially if that's in the stock market, to make sure that they're aware that when they're first getting started, it's not about how much money you can make, but it's making sure that you learn how to trade to actually be able to make money. Because it doesn't, just because you have money doesn't mean that you'll be able to make money in the market consistently. Yes, you might get lucky from time to time, but it comes down to the foundation of you need to understand what it is that you're doing. And if you don't truly understand what it is that you're trading, again, what makes you think that you're going to become part of that 10% that actually makes money in the market? Simple, right? Don't try to guesstimate. Don't try to like hope for the best. Do. Take action and do. And make sure that if you commit to anything, regardless if it's investing in the stock market, investing in Forex, drop shipping, starting your own business, whatever the case may be, that You learn what it is that you are doing to be able to be the best that you can be. I think that's what's important. Here we go. RSIs are now the same. It all comes with time. So like, how do you deal with missing a trade and trusting yourself to take a position? Again, the only reason that you would not trust yourself and like the whole thing of FOMO is the monetary aspect. The monetary aspect is what scares people. So how do you do that? Remove the monetary aspect completely. Start to paper trade and refine that like empowerment to understand when to successfully take a trade, or make sure that the dollar amount that you're trading with is not so much that it discourages you. Very little simple things. It's like identify, like, why are you scared to take a trade? Because you're going to lose money. Well, then guess what? Trade with less money, or don't trade with real money whatsoever. Let's see. So there's a couple of you talking about /GC. Holy moly. Okay, so if /GC is pushing up, that means JNUG is pushing up. So let's see where that's at on the day. Here we go. 8.84% on the day. Huge. Again, trading between the middle and top view up. Very simple breakdown, very simple pattern. I like it. Huge pullback on UGAS and natural gas. All right, let's do one more question and then we'll close out the live stream. I have a flight that I have to catch at 9 o'clock, and I really need to go. Let's see. You guys sold JNUG. I like it. Congrats, Lisa. What's up? So in order to pay your living expenses, are you withdrawing your funds monthly? So yeah, I've made a video. I've made a video before on YouTube of what it's like to pay yourself monthly. So normally at the end of the month or at the middle of the month, when I push a little bit over like $40,000 or $45,000, starting from like $25,000 to $30,000, I'll pay myself. And I've made a video on how I pay myself on YouTube if you want to check it out. I think I paid myself like $26,000 that month. But yeah, you can do that, or you can just leave it in your account depending on what your approach is. I don't like trading with more than or having more than $30,000 in my account reoccurring monthly. So that's why I just choose to withdraw it. Do you trade live at the same time every day? Essentially, yes. There are some times like on Wednesdays when I try to trade during pre-market hours. So I'll go live around like 7 o'clock because the market opens at 7:30. Normally I go live at 7:30 a.m. or wherever the market opens at if the market opens at 8:30 or 9:30 your time, then that's when I go live. But on Wednesdays, I normally go live 30 minutes before the market opens just so people could experience and ask me some questions about pre-market trading and stuff like that. So yeah, Puerto Rico and Mexico unite. What's going on, Edwin? What's up? I like it. So a lot of you guys are asking also like what's my update on UGAS and DGAS. I see still, and again, I'm trying to be very patient on UGAS. I still see it to be super overextended. I see it really consolidating and trying to find a support on the EMA line. I don't think it's going to, and based on my experience, and I could be completely wrong, based on my experience trading UGAS and DGAS, especially with this very aggressive descending pattern that natural gas has been showing. I really like the push up that it experienced, but I think it's only a matter of time for it to continue that downward pattern, and that's why I feel comfortable enough to hold. just because I'm holding does not mean that you should hold whatsoever. If you don't feel comfortable and if you want to like just completely cut losses and stuff like that, 100% all power to you. But yeah, I see it to be super overbought, super overextended, and it's due for a pullback. Even if it bounces back at the SMA line, then so be it. But I'm going to give it a little bit more time. All right. Yeah, I did hear about that. Yeah. Alrighty. Here we go. MACD is showing signs of a reversal. Yep. MACD is reversing. RSI is now pointing back down. So we just have to give it more time. So is Learn, Plan, Profit lifetime access? Yes. So that is pretty much it for today, team. So I was recording with my little GoPro. I was trying to do like a POV kind of thing of filming myself trade, but it didn't end up working out. But yeah, I mean, that's really just it. So normally you guys get to, see me trade live, kind of like for those that tuned in the very beginning do. I answer a couple questions. Again, it's really like, completely honest, it's us really just hanging out. I trade live every single day, so it's not an inconvenience for me to like host a live stream. And that's why I offer that to those that are part of Learn, Plan, Profit. Even if I'm traveling, I'll take my laptop with me and I'll trade live for like 30 to 45 minutes. Again, I think that it's very important to be able to like be heard and ask your questions as they come along. And that's why so many of our members, I think that a huge value is not just the group chat, not just the course, but also being able to ask questions in real time and to be able to see me commentate on why I'm taking a position and ask me questions on that. So I mean, that's really just it. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this live stream. I hope that it was something different, an effort that, something that maybe you guys haven't experienced before. I want to thank you guys again for your time. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your Sunday. I just want to remind you that, again, if you do want to take part of the Learn, Plan, Profit sale that we have going on, feel free to refresh your screen, push that, there's a first link in the description that is going to offer you $75 off the Learn, Plan, Profit lesson library. That's our biggest discount that we're going to offer. It's going to be available for the first 20 people. I'll have to double check to see if there's any spots left. And that's really just it. You might get a message from us through Facebook or via email, just asking for some feedback and what we could improve for our live trading sessions. And be sure to be honest, we're always looking to provide more value for our members. Don't say that I should trade live for like 8 hours or anything like that, as that's not realistic. As I have, a number of other things that I have to do. But if it's certain things that you would like me to cover in the live streams, or certain things that you would, like me to kind of just explain a little bit more in depth, then again, I want your voice to be heard. So thank you guys again for spending 53 minutes with me. I wish you guys an amazing and beautiful rest of your Friday. Continue working hard, continue following your dreams, let your passion be what drives your success. And if you have any questions about the Learn, Plan, Profit course, then you can direct message me via Discord, as I would love to answer it for you. And that's really just it. Like always, guys, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.